In this video, we're going to review how to complete the square to rewrite a parabola in vertex form. The first thing we need to know is how to actually complete the square. And the process to complete the square is to take this term in front of x and take half of it squared. So oftentimes we write that as half the middle term squared. All right, so let's do this here. Excuse me. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. Here, half of 12 is 6, and 6 squared is 36. Half of 5 is 2.5, and when I square it, I get 6.25. Now, doing all of that allows me to then factor it. So this one becomes x plus 1 squared. It's a 1 here because 1 is half of 2 and the square root of 1. This one is x minus 6 squared, a negative 6 because that's half of negative 12, and 6 is the square root of 36. And here this one is x plus 2.5 squared. All right, so now we're ready to tackle a problem. And here's our first problem, y equals x squared plus 4x plus 1. And our first step is to give ourselves space to complete the square. And I'm not going to complete it right away. I'm going to leave a blank here. Now, any number I add, I need to balance out and also subtract so I'm not changing the equation. So I can't just go adding a number to one side without also balancing it out. So in this case, I'm going to say, okay, half of 4 is 2, 2 squared is 4. So I'm going to add 4, but in order to balance it out, I'm also going to subtract 4. Now you might feel like we've done nothing, but what this allows me to do is rewrite just this portion as a perfect square. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we've got y equals, and this portion becomes x plus 2 squared. And now we just combine the negative 4 and 1, and we get negative 3. And the reason we do this is because now we can see, oh, the vertex is negative 2, negative 3. We can see that just by looking at this equation. We couldn't do that before when we were up here. All right, let's try another one. So same idea here. Y equals x squared minus 3x. I add something. I subtract the same thing. I'm going to figure that out in a minute. Subtract 8. That minus 8 just comes from there. So half of 3 is 1.5. 1.5 squared equals 2.25. So I'm going to put that in there. 2.25, 2.25. And now I'm ready to rewrite it. Y equals x minus 1.5 squared. And when I combine these two, they're both negative, so minus 10.25. Or I now know that the vertex of this parabola is 1.5, negative 10.25. All right, let's try another one. Now we're going to step it up a bit because now you're going to notice there's a number out front. And we can't complete the square before we factor out that 2. We're going to factor the 2 out of just the first two terms. So 2x squared minus 8x plus blank. Now when I subtract that blank, it's being multiplied by 2. So I want you to see it's 2 times blank. To balance it out, I have to subtract 2 times blank, and then this plus 2 on the end. All right, half of 8 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So 16 is the number I'm going to add into both places. So now I'm ready. Y equals 2. I factor this. X minus 4 squared. And over here, let's see, I've got negative 32 plus 2, which would combine to minus 30. Or that would give me a vertex of 4, negative 30. All right, let's try just one more. We've got the same idea where we've got a number out front. It's negative, and we're going to factor out a negative 5. We need to be careful with signs. We have x squared. When I divide 100 by negative 5, I get minus 20x. I'm going to add the number to complete the square. And to balance this minus 5 times blank, I'm actually going to have a plus 5 times blank. So this times it's plus because over here I have a minus. And then this last number, plus 100. So I go in here, half of 20 is 10, 10 squared is 100, so I add 100 in both places. And now I'm ready to rewrite this. y equals -5, x minus 10, and we've got 500 and 100 is 600. And now we are done. Our vertex is 10, 600.